Hi everybody, welcome back to Starfield RAW. This is episode number 70. 70. We've done 70 episodes in a year and like 3 months or 2 months, something like that. I forgot when our year episode was. It was a little bit ago.
It was a minute ago.
And you've been with us for about, you've been doing this with me for about half a year now?
I mean, no, not quite. I think I came in my first time before you made me officially, something like that, because it was episode 39 was the first time I was on Starfield RAW.
Yeah, and we're on 70.
Yeah.
So figure each one's a week.
30 episodes.
Yeah. And by the way, I am Joe the Widget. I am your host, producer, and
Joe.
I am joined by my fellow co-host, the space trucker that everyone likes more than me, Kilo.
That's me. And I'll take that. I'm not even going to correct you. I'm just going to let that ride.
Hey, truth hurts, but it's the truth. So we got a show for you guys tonight. We're going to go into our play, obviously. I'm back at my challenge character and had some very interesting things going on this week. I think I played all day Saturday. And I even did I broadcasted it on our Discord too. It was fun. Nice. We're going to talk about, basically, this is our year-end episode, because this is the last episode of the year for us. We're going to be taking a small break. And we'll be coming back for season 3 on January 5th is when you guys will hear it. We'll be recording on the 4th.
Yep.
So pretty much, I believe that's correct. Let me double check my calendar.
Something like that. I was just looking at that.
No, I'm sorry. It'll be on the 3rd is when it releases. We'll be back on the 3rd.
Right.
And we'll be recording on the 2nd. Yeah.
Right.
For episode 71, season 3, because we switched over seasons at the beginning of this year. We decided we're going ahead and just do each season based on that. So who knows? Maybe I have some good surprises when this show, starts back up again in the following year.
Yeah, excited.
Yeah, but with the holidays, it's too tough to record and get everyone together to do it, and with family and everything going on. So we take a break during this time of the year. Our other podcast, Raw and Nerdy, is going to be gone for 2 weeks. Just how it worked out. We're becoming back strong with that one. If you guys are curious about all things nerdy and fun, we talk a lot of gaming, trust me. Raw and Nerdy, find it everywhere. Yep. It'll be on YouTube very soon, and it hasn't been yet, so that was my bad.
Yeah, but it's everywhere else. Don't forget that you guys also talk about science and tech. And lately, the current thing you guys are working on are going through nostalgic video game consoles.
We started
I believe the last one was NES.
Yep, we started a series called Gaming Through the Ages, and we're doing a top 10 list for every system, because I was a kid and I had my Atari 2600, and I remember all the games I used to play. So we started out with the Atari. We just did the NES, did our top 10 list for all of us, and talked about the notable games and things like that, and a little history about the system. And then we come back on, I believe that episode is going to air January 6th. We're doing the Super Nintendo.
It's cool.
And that one's going to be very, very difficult for me because I was a huge fan of Super NES.
Yeah, I was more of a Genesis guy back in the day.
That's why we work. You compliment it.
Exactly.
So right now we're playing.
I also heard you.
We're in Starfield.
We're playing Starfield. Okay, I'm sorry. I got started getting nostalgic.
No, it's all good. All good. So we're going to talk about what Starfield was like at the beginning of this year, what it has become since then, because a lot has happened over the year. A lot of great things to the game has happened, and what we want to see coming in 2025 for the game. And we got a couple of shout-outs and reviews and such like that we looked at around the net. We want to just thank everybody for making us the #1 Starfield podcast.
Yeah,
in most countries.
In most countries, and our community is really great, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, the biggest shout-out goes to you guys.
You guys listening. Yes, absolutely. You guys make it.
We do have a listener currently in our chat with us, Nickster 3000. He can say hi whenever he wants or not. His choice.
Hello.
But he's there. Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Good to have you. You're one of our more active Discord listeners.
Yeah, I play Starfield a lot on the weekends. So,
actually, what we do.
And some of the content we've talked about, we've brought your name up. Your name has been on the show before because we've talked about a lot of the content and stuff that you've put up in their Discord. So it's good to have you on for our last episut of the year.
Yeah, so we're going to get into that stuff. And I'm cut him off because I'm getting official here. Sorry. What were you going to say before I rudely interrupted you?
Oh, no, I'm just saying I'm glad I was able to make this show.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's been interesting because we've had like random of our prolific listeners and participants in Discord coming in one at a time periodically, and it's added a little new perspective, which we like a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
So before we get into our plays, I want to talk about what's been going on with this show. And there was, I didn't even notice until today, but 3 months ago, someone actually did a Reddit post about our show that I thought was pretty awesome. Username No Sodium Starfield, and he asked in Reddit if I can talk straight. Yeah.
Let me catch you real quick here, Widget. This is in the subreddit No Sodium Starfield. which is known specifically to be a no-hate community for Starfield.
Oh, the username was Platinum Poster. Sorry.
Platinum Poster, yep.
Yeah, I looked at that wrong. Said, why does no one mention the Starfield RAW podcast? I've never seen a shout out for the Starfield RAW podcast, which is a very cool, and they consistently release episodes every week. Check it out, I'd say. People were talking about it a little bit in the Reddit. Yeah. Starfield RAW are brilliant. My favorite Starfield podcast. Beneficial low. Thank you. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that stuff. We had a pretty cool comment in YouTube that I wanted to mention because I thought it was great. If I can look at my notes here. It was Cascades Homestead commented, how does this podcast not have millions of plays? Great stuff, guys. And that's what I want to know.
Thank you so much.
And we do pretty good with all the different platforms we're on. Not complaining. And we have...
Not at all.
We had quite a few iTunes reviews. The one of the few that lets you do actual written reviews. Let me see here. Lucky Bishop, 5-star review, is the best podcast of its kind, made by real fans of the game and genre. If you're not listening, you're missing out.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm trying to find a link to these things. Okay, there we are.
One of the reviews.
I was scrambling for it.
Yeah, by Barry was said, join their Discord. Many active members and great fun. Yes. Yeah, come on in. Join our Discord. The place to be. Discord.gg/raw podcasts. And I completely screwed that up. That was my third attempt saying that. And you got to join our live show. You get to see all the raw stuff that is
you get all
embarrassing. Normally, it takes me 2 or 3 tries just to do the intro. I nailed it today, so I'm happy.
I almost have more hours listening to Starfield RAW than I have on Starfield itself by Dom199.
I love that one.
Awesome.
I think I've only looked at our ratings and reviews 2 or 3 times over the last year.
Oh, here's one from Illness. Did you read that one?
No.
Cytech's up here, too.
Nice.
Both regular listeners. Thanks, guys. If you like listening to non-pretentious dudes talk about a game you love without trying to make it sound like one skill point is more interesting than anything else in the frickin' world, this podcast is for you. Real dudes keeping it real, funny, and full of information. Let's go.
We had a 5-star review from Jess Hines and One Eye Odin and quite a few.
Yeah, quite a few.
Thank you guys so much for doing that. Those 5-star reviews and those comments like that really do help us, because the more 5-star reviews we get on Spotify, on iTunes, and YouTube, like the thumbs up on YouTube, it helps get the show out to people.
Yep, it makes the algorithm pay more attention to us. And yeah.
All right, let's get into our plays, man. Guys. Unless there's anything else you want to mention on that?
No, I got nothing. Good. Just thank you, everybody. That's it.
Mooey, thank you.
Yeah, Mooey, thank you.
Before we get into the year-end episode topic, I want to get into our play. Yeah. I'm going to let you roll first, because mine's a mile long.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I didn't get as much playtime as I wanted, but, getting ready for the holidays and everything. But I did have some fun with what I did do. Now, I did go back, and I ended up, because my theory with the Sarah problem that I had, where it's just her eyeballs.
Right.
And there's no
And I loved what you said in the episode description last week about that. That was hilarious.
Well, I decided to test the theory, and I went back in and I added the alternate outfit mod for Sarah back in. Now, we've had the discussion before. I don't know if it was on here or Raw and Nerdy. It might have been both. But, when you have a weird instance where everybody's freaking out on the internet, it's like, why is there a potato underneath Whiterun?
Yeah.
The reason that potato is there is because for some reason, that's keeping the whole house of cards from collapsing. So my theory was that possibly I had changed so much with my mods that adding this back in might fix my issue with Sarah.
I know the real story about that potato, by the way, and we won't talk about it, but I know the designer who did that.
So I finished the lock. I went through and I kind of speed ran it a little bit because
did you have a naked Delgado still?
No.
Oh.
I did not. Delgado was fixed. I don't know why or how, but Sarah was not.
That sucks.
Yeah. I even went, I have that other mod that puts up the character that when you go into their inventory, it shows their appearance. Yeah. And she was normal on that screen. Everything was fine. On that inventory screen, it was her. But then when I backed out, it's just 2 floating freaky eyeballs.
Yeah, the designer in me is trying to think about what could cause that problem. It's clearly a problem with the mesh not loading correctly.
Right. I just can't.
There could be 15 different things at least that can cause that to occur.
Right. And that's just the one thing I can't figure out. So if anybody has any clue about it, let me know. Because I know that is a bug that has come up before. I've seen it other places. It's just the first time I've encountered it, and I have no idea why. But so I ended up deciding, okay, I got a bunch of mods that I haven't touched yet. They're in my game, but I have not explored them yet. So I decided to go check out the Vault, which is one that I mentioned on a previous episode.
Oh, right,
and
yeah.
The Vault, yeah, and it's not even. First of all, I didn't even realize where it was. Like, how do I find this thing? And I go into the creation description because you can look at that in game, and I'm reading it. And I'm like, Talaman 2. Why does that sound so familiar to me? Would you happen to know, Wigit, why Talaman would sound familiar to anybody who plays Starfield?
Talaman? No.
No. What about you, Nickster? You got anything?
I do not.
Talaman is where Londinian is at.
Oh, okay.
So when you arrive in system, you got the UC tips telling you like, hey, you're not allowed to go down there. And I'm like, hey, what are you gonna do? Stop me? He's like, no, but if you get in trouble, no one's gonna come help you. I'm like, I'll risk it.
Yeah.
So the vault is located on Londinian near Forward Post 441, I think is the name of it. It's one of the locations you visit during the UC quest line. And there's a shipping container that looks slightly different than the others. Basically, it's open. And when you look inside, there's a door. And
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I feel like there's something missing there because when you go into the first room, you get into the inside of the shipping container and you're in the first room. There's a dead scientist on the floor to your right. There's a cave in.
Go-to in these kind of things is like, okay, let's throw some dead bodies.
Dead scientists. Yeah, dead.
They're always dead scientists too.
That is weird.
Yeah, because they always are. The lab coats,
it's always
everything.
The scientist, right?
And the shriveled up corpse. Yeah.
It's a cliche for a reason.
Yeah.
Or a trope. And then there's a cave in to the left, and there's like cold wind blowing through or whatever. And then there's a door in front of you. You need a key card to access it. You have to pull it off you don't actually pull it off the scientist. You have to move the scientist's body to find it. At least I did.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, okay, that's creepy. Like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there's no reason for it. Yeah, I don't know if it was something that was supposed to be whatever. But so the only thing there's a couple things about the vault that bother me. I go in there, and there's one room and 3 wings. The one to the right, the wing to the right, and the wing to the left are both large rooms with huge display cases. And they're not, the placement's not perfect. I decided, okay, all my special weapons, everything I get from quest rewards, I'm going to save them and I'm going to put them in these rooms. And I had the keel hauler from doing the lock, and then I had the sword from at Hell's Gate. I put the keel hauler down on this table.
Oh, I need to get that gun. That's a pistol, isn't it?
Table display. It is.
Yeah. I forgot about
it's a pretty cool one.
I was trying to think of those legendary unique pistols because of my playthrough, and that's when I forgot about.
You got it, yeah. Okay, well, Crimson Fleet. It's pretty early on that you get that one too.
Yeah.
So
I think it's gonna be my next one I'm gonna do too.
There you go. Well, I tried to lay down the crucible blade on the table, and it's sticking out of the glass halfway. I'm like, all right, well, that's odd, and it does it on every display. I tried it like 5-6 times. You can't like really decide where everything's placed in there. And I don't know how much. I don't know. This is your department. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going wrong here. It just doesn't look right. I even put like space suits on the shelves on the walls, and they were overlapping too. Like some of them overlap. Like it's just
okay. So
kind of goofy.
They didn't get the clipping correct on that in the placement.
Yeah. So that's not great. There is, when you enter, the door straight ahead leads you to another room. And that has a setup kind of like how you have at the lodge. You have the pedestal that the artillery is like spinning around on and stuff.
The one that I questioned about what that actually is.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that one. So, it has one of those, but it seems to load in whenever you take something to the lodge, it loads in there. So it's like you're keeping it safe in your vault, blah, blah, blah. I kind of get it. But it doesn't spin, it doesn't glow, it doesn't have the same animation effects. So it's completely static. So, and then on top of that, there's not even like a bed. Like you can't really use it as a base. You can't, I was expecting some kind of like living quarters or something in there.
That seems kind of pointless to me, honestly.
Yeah, I wasn't thrilled about that one. And the whole thing started because I was looking for a place to start keeping all this cool stuff that I get, like the weapons and stuff, which I have not really done collecting since I started playing this. And it just didn't work. The armory on my ship doesn't really work for it. So what I'm thinking about doing is actually going and checking out some of the apartments and houses that you can get, and maybe actually doing something with that.
Yeah, that's a strong possibility.
I mean, I know I need to do my like outposts and stuff like that, but I can get like an Eleonora mod
That's what I was going to bring up. What about your outpost, man?
Right. The one that's not there. I know I got to do that one too, but like Eleonora's got a great neon apartment mod. You know, there's a few of them out there.
Even the base like apartments you get in the game, the ones you can buy, from the few I've seen, the one in Neon's pretty cool that you buy it from the club.
Yeah, yep, that's the one over the Astro Lounge.
Yeah, that one looked pretty cool. You get the free one when you complete the UC quest line. That one's really nice. There is one that's down below.
The well?
Yeah, it's in the well. It's one of those slum places. I haven't seen that one yet, though. I know there's a couple you can get in Aquila, too.
I think the only one I've ever gotten, there's two different ones in Aquila. I think one's on the stretch and then the other one's in like Midtown, because the one's super nice and the other one's a little bit not so much. There's also the sleep crate in Neon. You can get a sleep crate. That's the only one I've bought. That's the only one I've bought.
I did that too. I want to get a sleep crate and decorate to see what I can do with it once, and it was very interesting.
Right. It's like decorating your prison stuff.
Every city has like a bottom tier and a top tier option.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. They do. Like I said, it all depends on how fancy you are. We bougie like Applebee's around here.
You also get the place in Varun Kai.
That's right. When you complete that quest line, that's right. They give you a house and they immediately tell you to decorate it.
Yeah, it screwed me up and I tried to blow everyone up. Yeah, I get it.
So So then I went to Aquila and I did the perfect recipe.
Oh, you got that one done.
I did.
Nice.
It was kind of fun. It was a little bizarre. He's sitting there cooking. He's like, "Hey, do you mind helping me clean the place up a little bit?"
Yeah, that part threw me off. Like, what the heck, dude? You can't pick up your own trash? That
place was a disaster. The only thing that killed me about it is I realized after a few minutes of playing it is that it will only the quest markers for that part of the quest will only pop up if you're standing near what needs to be done.
Yes.
Like they wouldn't all pick. Yeah, it took me a minute to figure that out because I'm looking around. I'm like, it looks fine. Like what?
I couldn't find that last pile of trash for at least like 3 or 4 minutes. It was driving me crazy. And sitting there going, why am I doing this? This is weird.
Like I was standing there, it was like my wife watching me clean, and then just like, what am I missing? Yeah. So I mean, it was pretty funny. I do kind of feel bad because I went ahead and I made my own version of that recipe and didn't tell him about it. And then everybody was like, this is so amazing. This is how Nana used to make it. I'm like, oh no. Like this dude's going to go into his new career with false confidence. He's going to fall flat on his face and it'll be my fault.
We saw both sides of that story because I didn't replace it and it bombed completely. Everyone hated it.
Oh, really?
And they're like, you shouldn't be a chef yet. They kept telling him like, don't be a chef yet, but keep working at it. You're an amazing handyman. Focus on that.
Did he take it hard?
No, actually, it wasn't too bad. No? I was like, okay, I'm going to keep practicing, and maybe one day I'll make my dream come true.
Well, yeah, apparently so I feel worse now about
that's awesome.
what I did.
I was kind of curious what happens if you replace it.
Yeah, no, everybody loves it, and he's like, thank you so much for helping me find my dream, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh.
See, now he's going to open up a restaurant. Use all of his life savings, open a restaurant. It's going to bomb within 2 weeks, and you're going to be like, your fault. It's your fault. Right. So I wonder why it was so good the first time.
Like, listen, I can help you get the insurance payout on this. Beyond that, I got nothing. So, yeah, so that was really cool, and I got the quest rewards, the apron and whatever, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was really well done. Dialogue was great. The characters were really good. Voice acting was great. It was good.
I enjoyed the date. That was like my favorite thing about that quest.
The date was hilarious because
it was.
It's like she's speed dating you.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, she is Andresia's model.
They changed a few facial features in her hair.
Yeah, it looks exactly like Andresia. Which was funny because I had Andresia with me. And then I'm like...
I did too when I did it.
I got my wife standing behind me while I'm like, going to be my blind date. Yeah, sure, why not? But
hey, you're kind of hotter than my wife. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, it sounds like a great thing to say. But it was hilarious because I also she was busting my top about it the whole time because like she does bring up religion and I'm like, yeah, I believe in the great serpent. And she kind of has like this off color kind of like, oh, really? Kind of thing. And then we get through the whole thing. And at the end, she's like, that was actually really nice. That was actually a good date. I'm like,
I thought
you
for sure she was
interrogated me
going to
and
fall
hated
in
all my
love with me
answers.
when I got done. She loved everything I had to say, but then, yeah, you're a good
Right.
person, and move on.
And
Fine.
that was it. Yeah. There's an opportunity right there, man. Could have made a romanceable companion there, but what are you going to do?
That would have been great.
So,
bye-bye, Andrasia.
yeah, well, I mean, that's true. I mean, but maybe she's okay with, pirates and people on their bad boy playthrough. You never know.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need a romanceable character that wants you to do all the bad things.
Yeah. Cough, cough, Chesamine. That would be my girl right there if it wasn't for Andrasia. So, yeah, other than that, I got done with all that, and I kind of tooled around Aquila a little bit. Oh, the hunting quest, the hunting part of that quest, that was kind of cool.
I didn't like
it. It is a hell of a drive out there, isn't it?
Yeah, I just all it was
Holy
was
cow.
a long freaking drive halfway across the planet that you can't shortcut. I didn't like that too much. I got out, and it was 2 shots in my hard target, dead.
Yeah, I think it took 3 with my Beowulf. It wasn't too tough.
The companion didn't even finish her little spiel before it was on the ground rotting.
Like, nice talking, pop, pop, pop. All right, load her up. Yeah, but I went back to the key, and I turned in my stuff for that. So I think next on the agenda is I got to go back and do the cruise ship thing.
Yeah, that one's a little tedious after you've done it a few times.
Yeah, it's just a lot of because it's so much running around, talk to this person, talk to this person, especially when you're trying to get the trophy because you got to go back to that lady like 2 or 3 times before you finally get the code.
I have to get that trophy. I've done it. I've gotten it 2 different ways. I think I stole it once.
I feel overwhelmingly obligated to get that for Nate.
Well, you always steal it.
Like,
yeah, you do feel obligated.
Like, yeah.
But one time I didn't even get the code. I forgot how I stole it. But it wasn't that usual route of going and getting all the permission and all that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's another way you can do it, and I found it. I don't remember exactly how I did it. I have to think about that.
It was a sweet take because there's that young lady that's inside of that vault room. Was it sweet talking her? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I think it had a lot to do with that.
I think that's
let
the
me
only
in
way
to go view it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I wound up swiping it and running out.
Nice. Which is always fun. Like, okay. Yeah. Is that a ECS trophy in your pocket? Are you just happy to see me?
You're seeing nothing. Use the force.
right.
I was never here.
You want to go home and rethink your life. Yeah. So that was my playthrough, man. What do you got?
I got more antics of doing extreme with pistols on a low-level character that I cannot figure out where I want to go with my skill tree. I only have 2 combat skills. Both of them got maxed out. I got pistols and ballistics maxed now. No, I think I'm 20 kills away from maxing ballistics. And I did put a point in reload. But I've been doing everything else, and I keep telling myself I need to save 3 points to do piloting, so I can go to the UC part, do this simulation, get my piloting points so I can build a nice ship, and I keep forgetting. I went up spending all my points as I get them.
Well, because you want to get, there's that one, I think it's a higher tier, where it improves your accuracy shooting from the hip.
Yeah.
Without aiming down the sight. And then you're going to want to probably focus on your physical stuff, like regen and pain tolerance. And
I'm going a little bit
like
different than I did with my main character because my main character was almost all focused on combat. Like every different skill I did was designed for my combat ability, which made my character insane in combat. But he didn't have anything else. So I've been focusing on doing the science and different aspects with this guy and like trying to get my jetpack all maxed out because that's fun.
Yeah.
I want to try that max level one where apparently you can stand in space and pop.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. I was just trying to think of things that would help you in terms of I only have pistols, which means I have to get relatively close. Too. I have to be able to take damage, yeah.
I've been doing that, and I've been putting points into my medic, and so your med packs do more quicker. And I put points into the one that gives you more life in physical, and I want to put points into stealth because I want to go in and be able to stealth and give my silenced pistols and take them out quickly.
Heck yeah.
More survivability, and the damage increase is incredible when you get the right ones combined. But I gotta get piloting done. That's like one of my priorities. I gotta get the piloting done. I'm tired of running away from fights in space. I have wanted, for the bonus of it, and every other planet I jump to, the bounty hunters are there. Always hailing me. So I just either land and forget about them. They don't come follow me.
Sorry, I ain't got time for you guys. I got it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm too busy.
Right. Can we pick this up later? Great.
Anyway, and I had one instance where an unknown ship hailed me, and I thought it was the warranty guy. I was getting ready to shoot at him. But all he did when I hailed him was, please fly safe without a quality warranty, and then they left. That was it.
Huh.
It was so weird.
So it just kind of bugged out and it didn't even go through the whole conversation.
That's what I'm guessing.
Well, that's
Alan
nice.
comms, please fly safe without a quality warranty, and ended.
Every time I hear that conversation start up, I just my blood pressure rises.
You open fire. I have yet to kill them. Gotten close.
I wonder if you can capture that ship.
Yeah, that would be cool. If you can disable the engines and do it before it jumps.
Yep.
I'll show you a warranty. And I found out, I remembered that rank 1 of grab dash is pretty worthless. You go like 2 feet. I miss my rank 10.
Oh, yeah, because now you're seeing the difference in your powers.
Big time. It's a big difference. My rank 10s
fun.
are awesome now that I'm used to it. Like
there's a mod for that.
Even my other favorite one, Sent Star stuff. It's just very limited range when you first get at rank 1, and only a few of them, and it's only a short period that they're visible. My rank 10, like I can see the entire facility all at once, all levels of it, and it lasts for minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely notice that difference when you go back and start over.
Yeah. Personal atmosphere is one I've been using more, just so I can sprint longer.
No, okay. Yeah, that's right.
And I did buy my vehicles because I needed to have those. Because I did do some of my power run, and I've been running away from the Starborn. I'm at that point where now they appear after you get your power.
Right.
Because I fought one of them, and it was like a 10-minute pistol fight with this dude, with Sam helping me.
Oh, wow.
Level 30 extreme, and I'm a level 12 or 15 at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was about to say, like, oh yeah, I was doing something similar, because when I was in the lock, because I have a mod for my boost. I think it's one of the packs. It comes with one of the companion packs or the captain's pack, where basically you press and hold and you just keep going with your boost.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pretty much flying all around the lock, just trying to get through it, just knocking out the objective.
Yeah.
And not even like running around and stuff. Every once in a while, you got to fight like 6 or 7 of the little,
I hate those things on extreme. They will one-shot you every time.
Oh, man. They're annoying. That's what they are.
That boss at the end, the big one, last time I did the lock on my main, I was level 100 and something. It still took me 5 or 6 tries because he kept killing me right off the bat.
Really?
One shot every time.
This last time that I went through, because Mace picks up the whatever Gatling laser gun, he had her attention the entire time. So I was just off in the corner behind a crate with the Beowulf, just popping her. And it took a minute, but I just got lucky. Yeah.
I found another legendary weapon in my travels. That was not a pistol. Yeah? It was the first legendary SVD sniper rifle I've ever found, and SVD is one of those sniper rifle mods that I really like.
Oh, okay.
Kind of modeled after the old hunting rifles, but I can't use it.
Can't use it.
I'm hanging on to it because I think I'm gonna give it to Sam. So if I can't use it, he can use it.
He can use it.
It's a powerful gun, but I don't want him to get. And I don't have to worry about getting pistol kills because I got that max, so he can go ape crap crazy on him. I don't care.
I thought you were gonna say hard target. I knew that. I kind of felt
too low level for a hard target.
Oh, right. It's 45 or something for hard target. Yeah.
Oh, and I hit level 16, so I can finally get one of those new pistols I have in my mods, the hand cannon. They're called the hand cannons.
Okay. Yeah.
It's actually extremely cool mod. If you're doing something like pistols or you're really into pistols, get it. It's worth it. They got really awesome designs of the guns, and they have different calibers because they have the whole different mod setup, and they randomize what modifications are on these guns as you find them. I found.
Is it just called the hand cannon, or is it part of a pack?
It's something hand cannon.
Okay.
When you see it, it's pretty cool because they got these like skull designed one they have on display in their mod pack.
Sweet.
I found 2 of them, and those bad boys, 2 different calibers, and they replaced 2 of my handguns. They went out the window. Found a purple one and a blue one.
Okay.
And
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, one of them's they're 2 different calibers, so it's great. It's they saved my butt doing the Freestar, which is what I did on Saturday. That's all I did. Well, not all.
Nice.
I wanted to go do the Eklund Stroud design quest because I finished Neon because I wanted to do that quest. I wanted to add the 4 ship to my fleet, finally get something better because my Mantis is kind of garbage.
Yeah.
I got to the point where it has you do 2 of the mission boards. So for data collection, in one of those missions, you have to do a transport quest.
Right.
I had no room on my ship for a transport quest. One of them was 4 passengers, one of them was 5 passengers. I even got everyone off my ship, got all the crew off of it, and I was still 1 space short because I had my maximum of 4. And I don't have the money. I had 8,000 credits. I can't modify it. I can't upgrade it. I was like, you know what? I'll wait.
I mean, you could just do it ugly, man. You just do it ugly. You just slap it on there so it's there, so it counts, and then do the mission, and then sell it off.
I didn't want to do that. I'm keeping things real, yo. You know
Fair
me.
enough. I'm
Straight
just saying.
arrow.
I've done it. I've driven across or flown across space, and something that looks god awful ridiculous.
And I was thinking about it earlier, but if you guys want to avoid the Starborn, if you're on Extreme, when you get your powers, as soon as you get out of the temple, when it shows you what power you got, go stealth.
Yeah.
They will not see you, and you take a few steps away, and you can transport your ship.
Really?
Yep. Because it does not put you in combat. They don't see you. They walk away. I don't even have the stealth skill. But anyway, so I figured what I'm going to do is, after battling with that for a little while, I'm going to do Freestar. Because I remembered, hey, you get a pretty decent ship at the end of Freestar Collective. And I wanted that pistol you're talking about. The Star Eagle's a pretty awesome ship. And I know it has plenty of crew space. So I started doing that. And I'm glad I did. It was pretty cool. And you know when you go in the canyon, the very beginning, and you have to go get rid of those mercs, they have that awesome ship there that they got that was stolen property of Hope Tech.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I want to steal this. I was sitting there thinking, why can't we steal this Hope Tech ship? I wanted it. I mean, I realized later on that when you talk to Ron Hope, you give the ship back to them.
Right.
Still, I wanted to steal it.
Well, you can't. Well, on Varun Kai, you can't take the Zealot ship.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Because I tried to do that once. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take this, and then it's like you are not authorized to fly this vessel.
I felt embarrassed, man, when I took on those mercs in the canyon. I died the first time. They flanked me and killed me.
Yeah, I mean, just because of the terrain, that can be a little bit of a tricky fight. All of a sudden, you find yourself in the middle of it. You got fire coming from all directions.
I got wise the second time and took cover further back and took them all out.
There you go.
And I don't like Ron Hope at all. Every time I talk to the guy during these quests, I can't stand that guy. And I went after the hacker lady, and you have to go into that mining outpost on the crater that she's holed up in. That was a nightmare on Extreme with pistols at low level. It was tough. I think I died so many times. I had to save every room I went into. And when you go in that final area where it's like that tower inside the cavern, you have to climb up. All those robots everywhere and those giant turrets.
Oh, man.
My most powerful hand cannon, my most powerful gun I had, took at least 15 shots to take out one of those turrets. Well, ducking for cover because that beam would just eat my health to nothing. And it was the most insane fight I've ever done. When you get off the elevator and you get bottom of that canyon, all those robots are there and they start attacking.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in an action movie. It was nuts. And I didn't die the first time at all. I was jumping all over the place, going through cover to cover to cover, this constant firefight between me and Sam and these robots.
Yeah.
I was sitting there sweat pouring, intense, staring at my screen like, oh my God, I survived it.
That's where Sam with a sniper rifle and the ability to give commands squad mates or your companions would be great.
That would be amazing.
Because then you could just click on Sam and then click on that turret.
Take that out. Yeah. Instead of sitting there focusing on a camera.
Right.
Why? What's the camera doing to you? Oh, I wish I could have recorded that, though. That was an epic fight using pistols like that. Not like my usual go from stealth and just pop everything to death and before they even know I'm there. But I was in the thick of it.
No, you're in there like John Wick.
Yeah, I went full John Wick on these people. Wish I could hold my gun sideways and. Man, it was
John Wick, not John Woo. Different.
Yeah, very very much different. And then I started dreading the factory because I knew that was coming, and it was as intense as I was expecting on Extreme. It was very tough because I couldn't. Usually when you first go into the factory is that opening sequence where they're all in the back and you can, at a long distance, and you go in there into the factory and fight them. My sniper rifle is easy. I go hit cover, pop, 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 gone. I walk through it. This time, no. And I have, one of my hand cannons has a scope on it. That became my modified sniper rifle.
Okay.
But I didn't get that till after this fight, which is one of my favorite guns now. I found actually off one of the dead people. I had to run in there cover to cover and go up the stairs and do that whole fight up close. It was different. I went in with 10 med packs, 13 trauma packs, thinking, I have plenty. I'll find some. It'll be cool. I got done with the factory 2 hours later with 0 med packs, 0 trauma packs. I found 2 or 3 and 50% health when I killed Paxton the second time. Because he's, that I'm going to just put him to full health again after you just killed him and have him fight you up close.
At least you're better equipped for it this time.
Yeah.
The close part, anyways.
I had to be extremely strategic in the factory. It was something out of a movie every time, and it was crazy. There's at one point where that giant hallway and the multiple levels, you have to fight everybody in that area.
Yep.
That was intense. I think I used most of my med packs during that time.
Okay, well, throughout most of that quest, you're fighting guys on 3 different sides of you
Yeah.
through the whole thing.
The only easy part is
And
when you're going down the tunnel.
yep.
That was the only easy part. But doing it at
Yeah.
low level on extreme with pistols only was intense. I am still loving this playthrough. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
Mossy, good job with it, recommending it. I know Rook would have a thing to say about it, but it was fun. And then Sam is just an annoying companion, and he proved how annoying he is when I was doing the factory because I would go into cover, have my sights lined up, and he would jump right in front of me when I'm shooting. I killed Sam more than anybody else.
I was doing, oh my God, I think it was at Hell's Gate. I was going through at Hell's Gate and I'm just going to town on these bugs. I blasted Andrasia right in the back of the head with my Beowulf. Like, boom.
That's
blood
where being
splatter
able to
and
control
everything.
him, like you said, would be great.
Yeah.
Don't jump in front of me. It's
Num-
a simple thing.
It's the number one thing that's my main complaint about any game with gunplay is when my companions jump into my line of fire.
Yeah.
It's like, I know it's AI, it's whatever the game's AI or however they're programmed, but how hard is it? Wigit, how hard would it be to have them be smart enough not to jump in front of your weapon?
It's not that hard.
Okay.
It's a simple yes and no. See, all AI is a sequence of yes and no's based on situation. If this is true, move to this one. Is this one true? Move to this one. If it's false, go there. It's not that hard. It'll probably take about 15 different choice trees that it'd be able to process in literally half a second. So yeah, I think that's something that needs to be fixed.
For sure.
I did find both my hand cannons during this, and I had one of those moments out of a movie again where I was in the final room and Paxton's in that center tower and you got the 2 sides and there's piping that goes atop.
Yeah.
Running upstairs, popping one of the guys in the head, like 4 or 5 shots, dropping him with my hand cannon, jumping over the pipe railing, running all the way across, shooting, took one out, jumped over the railing, and there was one right there, come upstairs, and pop, dropped it.
Nice.
It was all in that sequence, and I never reloaded. It's like, okay, that was pretty badass. It was fun. And I still haven't got his the .7 yet. The other mod, I think that I have to be a higher level for that one.
Oh, okay.
But I'm still looking for it. So now I do have my mock sniper rifle, aka my hand cannon, and I never knew that there was a gun shop inside of Hopetown.
Yeah.
I never
knew
the
only shop in Hopetown.
Well, I just always went to Hopetown for business when I found out it's not actually a town.
Right.
And it's right in that little nook on the Freestar Rangers, and then the main building, and then right in that little nook is the Best Defense, which is a great name.
Yep. Yeah, and the dude in there is hilarious.
Yeah. Didn't really sell much. Didn't have the ammo I needed. And I did confront Ron, and I attacked him. You know, the good thing to do. Kill him.
Of
and
course.
Bridget jumped right in front of a guard when I went to attack. The female guard.
Yeah.
His main one, and I killed her.
Yep.
Well, I dropped her. You can't actually kill her. I took everyone out, and afterwards Sam was leaving me yelling at me. I can't believe you did that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that happened to me too one playthrough.
Yeah, I remember that. That's why I want to bring it up. Like, that actually happened to me.
Yeah.
What was she doing jumping in front of me?
Well, that goes back to the conversation we just had about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah. I had to redo it again, and the second time, 2 guards just ran 2 different directions across the entire factory. I didn't even shoot at them yet. They're just running.
Like, okay, we're out of here.
I had some choice words in my notes over that one, but I got my ship. I got my Star Eagle. That's where I ended my play. I hit level 20. I'm getting further into it. I'm getting things, and I managed to save at least 1 point. I hit level 2 piloting. I saved 1 point, saved 1 more. I can finally get my class B and C, and I'm going to go finish that design quest now so I can get that done.
Yeah.
And I didn't really decide what I was going to do next after that, but I think I'm going to do the Crimson Fleet.
There you go.
If anything,
at least get that kill hauler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to find the best pistols I can find. If I can ever find a legendary one, it would be the day, and it would be awesome.
Yeah.
So there was my long segment. Now that we got through that.
You're having fun with the challenge character, which is great.
I am. And I need to start recording as I do it so I can save some of these sequences. I would have had at least 3 really good ones to share, but yeah, I didn't record it. I was streaming it, but I didn't record it. So as our year-end episode, since we got a couple minutes to talk here, what was Starfield like in the beginning of the year? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because it was before creation, before Shadow Space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before the vehicles.
Before the map.
Mm-hmm.
Before a lot of different stuff. And for me personally, I mean, I loved it right off the bat. I mean, that's how I found Raw Podcast. That's how I found you and Archon and Rook, and it was. I mean, I loved it right from the get go, from when I first started playing it.
Yeah, it was. I took that entire week off a few months prior to that just to play the game.
Yeah,
for the show, but I had all my snacks and everything piled up in my room. I was ready to go.
yeah, heck yeah, and I, you know, I did kind of explain this. I don't know if I talked about this. I think I did. I've mentioned it before here. You know, I felt compelled to say why I love Starfield so much. And, you know, coming from a place where I am a big Bethesda fan, where, you know,
Same,
bugs and all, you know, that stuff doesn't really bother me. I didn't find Starfield to be any worse than some of my modded games with Fallout 4 or Skyrim, you know, and obviously it harkened back to earlier in my video game experience, the other different games. I don't know. I was never disappointed with it in the beginning personally. I always enjoyed it.
They made some giant changes this year in a big way, making the game 100 times better than what it already was.
Yeah.
In just about every way. There's still some things we still want. Space stations. We haven't heard from Nickster at all this episode, so what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think, Nickster?
Oh man. I really don't know. It's funny because once we end the recording, you know, it'll come to me. But I guess if I have,
by the way,
yeah,
right. If I have one thing that they change about Starfield, it would be how you get the powers.
So get rid of the great power run. I'm with you.
Well, make the temples like interesting. You know, like I said this to one of my other friends, and I said, what if like, you know, the way you get your powers, you go through like a dungeon type of sequence and you're fighting Starborn, and all these Starborn have different powers that they use against you. But at the end, you have like this like ultra like super powerful Starborn. And after you kill him, you get a random power that you don't have, you know?
Like a random, like a kind of like a dungeon crawl type thing for it.
Yeah, like make it interesting, you know?
Yeah, I think that would be more interesting.
There's a mod called Starborn Among Us, and I kind of got the idea from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned. I don't know if the Wigit was the one that mentioned it.
What?
Making the challenge to acquire the power related to what the power is that you're getting.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. And the fact, I would love it if he can give us, if we get a bunch of artifacts already, he can just look them all up at once and give us all the locations at once.
Right.
Instead of having to go back constantly, that would be amazing.
Fair enough.
I want my space station. I want that in 2025, Bethesda.
Yeah.
Only you guys can make that happen. Is there anything that you guys would like to see with the game?
I mean, I would like to see more about the Starborn in the Unity.
Yeah.
I want more juice with that particular set of lore.
It's time, Bethesda. Announce the next expansion. Come on. We want to see the Starborn one.
We want a white Christmas. Let's go.
The vehicles was one of my favorite additions they did. Ground vehicles. We complained about that on the show in the beginning quite a bit. Like, I don't want to run everywhere. And they gave us a pretty fun option.
Yeah, that one was really good. I want to see some Varun spaceship parts.
Yes.
I want to see some Varun spaceship.
We got Varun outpost parts. We want the spaceship parts now.
There's society separated. Yeah, there's society separated by hundreds of years from the rest of civilization. Why am I able to get Stroud Eklund parts on Varun Kai?
Yeah, that was a little bit off-putting.
You know what I mean?
One of the only things I was disappointed with that was that they didn't do that. Because we were fully expecting it. So it makes sense.
Yeah, we were. What are you going to do?
The story of Varun Kai was great. When they've released the Vulture, why do I always forget their name?
Trackers Alliance.
Yeah, Trackers Alliance. They got us a new faction out there, but they haven't done too much with it since they released it. And that's been 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, I'd like to see some more there.
Yeah, they touched on something great. I want to see more of it.
Aegis. I want to see more Aegis. I want some Aegis content because that's right up my alley.
Okay. And definitely a Starborn story with you. I'm on 100% on that. What was that, Nickster?
I want more weapons.
You can't go wrong with that.
Who doesn't?
Right.
I need some more sniper rifles.
I think they need to expand our ability to romance NPCs. I think they need to put some more options out there for us.
I want to see a whole new skill tree.
Okay.
maybe for ground vehicles like we talked about one time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Or a tier 5 of the skill trees.
Or a tier 5, yeah. Yep.
You can't see, they've already got a great base game. They have a fantastic game going. One of the best things they could do is just add more to it.
Yeah. I want a little more autonomy within photo mode. The ability, and I think this is also something I brought up earlier this year, is, one of the features of like cyberpunk photo mode is that not only can you pose the people in the photos, but you can also move things around and adjust things and shift things around to kind of make it how you want. I think the ability to do that without having to run circles around like your companion to get set up just right.
Yeah, I never did much with photo mode other than showing off the ships I created or taking pictures of Sarah and Andrea's backside.
Well, every man needs a hobby. No judgment.
Yeah, you can judge all you want. That's fine. I don't care. I am what I am.
Not my style. You know me well enough by now.
Have you been doing anything interesting in the game, Nickster?
Well, the last time I played, I forgot that you had to have the artifact to go through Unity, and I have about 700 hours into Starfield, and I forget how to go through Unity because I haven't went through the Unity in a long time in this universe I'm in. So once I got all the artifacts, I opened up the creations menu to see what was new in there, and I ended up buying 3 mods in there, and one was the CG's like modern house mod.
Oh, I've seen that one.
It gives you like a bunch of like prefabs, and I'm a massive Fallout fan, so like I went ahead and like decked out the Red Rocket station, and
cool.
So I spent about a couple hours doing that, and then I bought the Fallout 3 sniper, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
You actually got some Fallout stuff in mods this week.
I was gonna say that's a great transition right there, man. Roll with it.
I'm not gonna talk about it first though, because I put things in order for a particular reason. I got a few good ones here. A couple of them are gonna be pretty quick, but the first one that popped up, Star Gem, one more rep by a name I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. I talked to people about this. Okay, I can't credit you if I can't read your freaking name.
Exactly. Give it the program.
So,
we're not gonna spell it out here.
Basically, what this does is it makes gym equipment and furniture idle markers usable. So basically what that means is that if you go to a weight bench, you can use the weight bench. You go to an exercise mat, you can do push-ups. And what this mod also does is it allows you to use those exercises to upgrade your fitness and your weightlifting.
Oh, that's great. They went kind of GTA style in that.
Kind of GTA style, yeah. So that's really cool. I really like that one. I think I'm going to add that one. Maybe. I don't know. My mod situation has been precarious lately. The next one I found was Starfield by Sword Hands Bowman. See? The guy who made Star Gem? It's easily pronounceable. Sword Hands Bowman. And what it does is it basically adds the Rev 8 and the Demog to random locations throughout the game. They're entirely cosmetic at this point, but there's a hope to possibly make it so that NPCs can drive them. But basically, it's just to make you feel like, hey, I'm not the only one with a rover. These things actually exist all over the settled system, which is a nice, just a nice little quality of or slice of life mod. This one is kind of cool. It's Neon Ramen by Princess Melly, and what it does is it adds a ramen shop kiosk to Neon that is 100% reminiscent of the one you find in Diamond City in Fallout 4. It's even run by a robot.
I've seen this one, and I thought it was pretty clever.
Yep. That one looks pretty cool. And then continuing, we have a mod that turns Astra into Nuka-Cola cap by M150, and that's exactly what it does. It kind of cracks me up that you'll be doing bounties and collecting Nuka-Cola caps to trade into stash down at the bottom of the Trackers Alliance. So that's pretty cool. And the last one, this one just felt appropriate for the season, and it's called Rabbit's New Atlantis Christmas Tree by Rabbit Does Stuff, and it adds a Christmas tree to the empty landing pad at New Atlantis.
That's a clever idea, too.
Because we did not get with this game what we got with Fallout 4, which was seasonal changes to, the environment. So you want to make it a little more festive, you get this one, and then you can get the morgue one I mentioned last week, and you can have the bodies in the morgue wrapped in wrapping paper and have your Christmas tree and have your cake and eat it too. So there you go. That's what I got for mods this week.
Oh, I'm exhausted. I've been running around exploring. I noticed something about Dazra. Has anybody ever paid attention that it's a giant ship broken down for the houses and whatnot? It's been what? 50, 60, 70 years, somewhere around there. I don't know. It's been a while, but by now you think they would have expanded a little bit more instead of staying around that one spot. Anyhow, it's no big deal. I decided to go and try building a ship instead of finishing exploring. And unfortunately, my mind ain't working. I'm banging my head on everything. I'm slamming wrenches into everything. It's a pain being an engineer, trying to design my own ship. But I'm trying, at least. However, I'm thinking about going back to Varankai and finish exploring that system because that is a very beautiful world. Very dangerous, but very beautiful. I want to see what the rest of the plants in that system look like. See if the rest of them are reddish like that. Problem I have is that I'm not sure if that's what I want to do yet. And I've still been doing a lot of contemplating over the past few years. Days. And I'm starting to wonder, why are they so close-minded? I don't follow any religious thing. My friend Sadie, she sits there and follows a great serpent, but she's not, she's a bounty hunter, and she's not wanting to murder everybody she sees. She's actually open-minded. She interacts with other people in the galaxy. And Kalen, I guess he found religion during combat, because he follows Universal Sanctum. Me, I don't follow any. The universe is my... That's what I'm thinking of. The universe is my... I can't think of the word. The universe is my God, for nothing better to say. Yeah. I enjoy traveling around it, but I am getting tired of being alone, so I might go find me a companion that can fly with me. I heard there's some cool people around Nikkei City that might want to join, so I'll go check out the bar there in a little bit. It's so lonely when you're just on your own, but I've always been on my own. Before I went through the gate the first time, I did end up getting married to Sarah, but then I went through the Unity, and each time I've gone to the Unity, I've shunned relationships, especially after what happened to Sarah the first time. Yeah, I still think about that, and that's been a long time ago. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. So, where was I? I don't remember where I was. Well, I had to take a little time off because that teared me up, thinking about Sarah. So, I can't keep thinking about the past. I need to move forward. But I do need to find a new companion to travel with, because if I'm going to just sit here and explore, it's going to be lonely by myself. Although, I just don't know. I don't want to take anybody from Constellation. I really don't. Not just because of the past, but I have come to learn they are some stuck up. I can't say the rest of that phrase. They are some stuck up beep. Yeah, we'll do that. So, I think while I'm out here getting my ship modified, because the ship service technician in Dazra was limited on abilities, I'm going to continue building my ship out here, find somebody to go with me, but that'll be after the holiday break. I think while I'm out of Varun space, I'm going to go around and visit my folks in New Atlantis. They bought me a ship. I should go visit them. I mean, actually, I don't know what they would do in this universe. I don't know if they know their son's dead. I hope his past was the same as mine, because I haven't visited my folks since I've gone through the Unity. I think maybe I should do that. I didn't think about that. Maybe I should visit them before I go to the holidays. Yeah, there's still some people out there. I like I like the idea of just having a universal holiday at this point on a certain day. I don't think anybody celebrated Christmas since a couple, well, over 100 years ago. I'm curious now. I don't know if I have never visited my parents any of the times I've gone through the Unity. What if they do know their son's dead? Or have been told their son's dead and then I show up? Could go one of two ways. They could be really happy because I didn't actually die. Or they think I'm an imposter. And then they hate me for faking my own death. I've never actually thought about that. This gives me some stuff to think about. I will have to come back to the logs later after I'm done thinking about this. Alright, so I made up my mind. I don't know how it's going to work, but I am going to go visit my family, my folks. They either get to be happy or really upset, but we'll find out one way or the other. Just going through the Unity, every time I've gone through the Unity, I've never thought about going to visit people I've already previously known. I get the frontier and I just go, which maybe I need to stop doing that. Maybe I should go and steal a ship and just say F you to Constellation for one Unity run and just focus on me for a change. Oh, I wonder how Kalen's doing. I wonder if he's even learned about the Unity yet. Sadie wouldn't care about the Unity. She cares about money and taking out people illegally. Man, I'm having a lot of thought processes here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to stop interfering with my own thoughts with other thoughts. I need to get back to exploring. That's the most fun. But I haven't done any exploring recently. I did jump into a system recently and came across Juno again. I wish that AI would travel with me because she could learn a lot about the universe while we're exploring. And what would be cool is if I could get her to travel with me, build her a robotic body build her a robotic body like Vasco or something similar and have her go with me. That would actually be pretty cool. That would be a pretty cool option. I might look and see if that's a possibility. But unfortunately, this run through the Unity, I found her, and even though I started working for a region, I killed the operatives. They deserved it. And then I went to try hacking into her code and found out it was a trap. It was just somebody saying, hey, she deserves her own privacy, blah, blah, blah. Which is true, she does. But I've hacked enough stuff that I'm now curious about hacking everything. But she seems interesting. As long as she doesn't take in so much knowledge and then try delivering that knowledge to the old Earth NASA place, like off that a really old movie called Star Trek. Well, Star Trek is the very first one is about a Voyager probe that's sent out into space, somehow gained sentience. It's been a while since I've watched that movie, and came back and tried transmitting to Earth. So that could be a very interesting thing. However, Juno is actually a little bit more smarter. She actually can communicate vocally, which is good. But I would like to be able to grab her as a companion, have her download or transmit her conscious into whatever body I'm in. But I think that would mean I'd have to have her ship. But I wouldn't mind taking her ship because then I could just build a new ship around her core processing and actually have a really cool ship. Problem is, I sent her on her way. Well, logs are running long. I need to wrap this up. I've got other stuff I need to get going and doing. So I'll be back after the holidays after I see how my folks take me showing up. Rook out. Alright guys, so this is Rook here. This is another area where I think they missed a mark with the game. So, as you heard in my log, at the end, I'm talking about Juno. This is where I think they missed a mark here. They had an opportunity. They could have made it where you transferred her conscious, or have her a robotic essence of her, not robotic essence, have her be able to link with a robot and travel with you as a companion, and you get her ship as a ship that you can customize with one core piece having to stay there. That would actually be pretty cool. I don't know why they missed that mark. I don't know if somebody can add that in, or if Bethesda listens to this still, if they can add it in as a creation content. Because to me, that would actually be a very interesting thing and a very interesting companion, to say the least, because you have a companion that wants to explore and learn more about the universe. And there's just so many options there, so much story you can tell. I think they could do a lot with that. I'm not sure why they don't, but I think they should. I think we should discuss this more on the Discord. If you're interested, make sure you tag me, because I haven't been really paying attention to Discord unless I've been tagged, because of work and sleep and work and sleep and work and sleep and work and sleep. But that is my thought process in this thing. And that's what I want to talk about, because I did the Juno quest and I was like, there's an opportunity here. Why can't we capitalize on it? That would be an awesome companion whenever you do certain things, do certain decisions in the stories and whatnot. And the game comes back and she comes back and says, hey, why did you choose this? Or it's interesting you think that way. Or if you want to turn her completely evil, you play an evil playthrough and she learns how to be completely evil. Or if you just want to explore, she explores with you and learns more about the universe that way. But I just wanted to give my 2 cents on this one, and where I think they could have done more than what they have. But it's still one of the more interesting one more interesting quests in the game at all, even with how short it is. All right, so I'll let this be my end. Y'all stay safe out in the deepest black. Rook out.
Wigit's log. Whatever. I killed a bunch of people from a long ways away. Widget out. This was our last episode of the year. We want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate. Happy holidays.
Kwanzaa, Yule, happy holidays.
And a Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year, indeed.
I think 2025 is going to be a fantastic year. It's a gut feeling.
There you go.
I got good things happening in my life in that time frame, and I know this game's going to get better and better. Got some awesome new games coming out. It's going to be a good year.
Yeah. For Raw podcast as a whole, I think.
Yeah. We got some big plans for next year, too.
We do indeed. Things are working.
Stay tuned for that. I got to get these guys into some meetings over our break.
Yeah. I'm on vacation between Christmas and New Year's, so.
Yeah, well, I'll get some time and get everybody together. We'll talk about that off the air, though. For now, thank you so much for listening this year, everybody. It's been an absolute blast, and we'll be back for Season 3 on January 3rd. And if you want to reach out to the show for business, such as advertising, things of that nature, email us, starfieldRAW@gmail.com, or you can message us directly in Discord, discord.gg/raw podcasts, plural, R.A.W. PODCASTS. If you don't know what Discord is, you need to get with the program and check it out.
Google it.
Yep. Now for our social media. Our Instagram.
Raw Podcast 1. You went out of order this time.
I did.
You tried to catch me up.
Our X is at Starfield RAW. Our Facebook is Raw Podcast. And you can follow all of us individually. I don't remember all the other 2 hosts that are on this show right now, but you can listen to them on Raw Nerdy, and you can get their stuff there. As for me, I am at The Wigit, TheWigit, everywhere. And if it's not there, Google it. You'll find it.
Yep. And I am at Kilo Tango 1122, also everywhere.
You and I are the only 2 that have a unified username.
Yeah. We're on top of it. We're on top of the ball.
Rook and Archon have to be difficult.
We're on top of it. Yeah.
Have a fantastic week out in the stars. And again, happy holidays and Happy New Year.
No quote, no pun. Enjoy this time with your families. We'll miss you while you're gone. We'll see you next year. Take care.